Welcome everyone. Today I'm making a video talking two important things. Number one is the details which you have used to put in the diversity visa lottery application versus the details you are supposed to fill in the DS260, which is the immigrant visa form. How one time when you use this information can help you or can hinder you from getting the visa when you win the DV lottery. Welcome everyone, this is EBMSCHOLARS, and I welcome you to the EBM Scholars, the headquarters of opportunities and inspirational, where you can be able to get all this good information and join to become the EBM Scholars family. In case today is your first time to discover my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Beyond the information about the green card lottery and immigration in general, we are talking about other information, other opportunities like education, scholarships in particular, writing and selling books on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and the other major network and major websites. So let's go to the particular video, and we are talking about the information which you are adding or you are putting during the DV lottery application, and how those information can support you, can help you, can hinder you, affect you negatively when the time comes for filling for the visa form, the DS260, and the visa interview when you appear at the consular officer. So there are information which you used to apply. You can make a mistake and it's not a big deal. And there are some information when you put it, whether on purpose or whether by mistake you don't understand, the ignorance of the law is not the defense of the law. For the US government, you'll be in much trouble and you'll be denied the visa. In that particular case, I'm going to start with the information which many people have been, when I was live today, many people have been asking over and over the mistakes they've been able to do. Number one can be someone can put a wrong way of putting the names. Which one is the last name? Which one is the first name? Which one is the middle name? There is no problem with that. For instance, my name is Ernest Boniface Makulilo. So if I put by mistake, but instead of putting Makulilo as my last name, I put Boniface as my last name. Yes, it's a mistake. You can correct that one on DS260 on the visa form by putting the correct information. There will not be a problem. You will not be denied the visa because of that. When you are going to fill the form, when you're checking the results, if you put a wrong date of birth, if you put the wrong or incorrect the arrangement of the names, you have to use the names and date of birth as exactly as you put on the day of the interview. So for instance, on the day of the application, if the day of application, instead of saying maybe you were born on July 5th, you put you are born on, because sometimes you start with a month in the America and you are used to date. So instead of saying July, you start with, here in the US, we start with the month. Instead of putting July, and you start with the date, so you put it 5/7, so it looks like you were born in May 7th instead of July 5th. So those can be unnecessary, mistakes. So when you are going to check the results, you can use the way you put on the lottery day. But once you win, you go to fill the visa form, you are going to put the correct information, correct spelling of the name. You are going to put the correct date of birth as it appears on your passport. No problem will be not to be penalized. There are some people, maybe they were at the university studying. They were not a graduate yet. They didn't know the difference of the level of education. They went ahead and they say maybe bachelor degree. But basically you don't have bachelor degree, you don't have undergraduate studies, because while you are studying, you call some university courses, because you haven't finished university degree yet. One person today said, I put a university degree because I assumed I'll be done at the university. That is incorrect put. You have to put the current level of education, which was, the level of education was some university course, but you didn't know that. But now you have supplementary exams, you haven't graduated yet. What will you go to correct, to put the correct information in the DS260? In the visa form DS260, you'll put the current level of education, you'll put bachelor degree students. So the student current is a full-time student at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, at the University of Ibo, at the University of Accra, whatever university you are studying, you'll be currently a university student, and you have to show the evidence you are still at the university at the moment. There will be no punishment. But the following, they will make you in so much trouble. If you put the information, how many children do you have? You put 0. And you have 2 children, or you have 1 child. And in the visa form, you come to say, I have 2 children. According to the instruction number 14, you will be disqualified for you to be given the visa. You will not be given the visa. You'll be denied the visa. If you say you are married while you are not, or you are not married while you are married, that is another problem. I know there is people have confusion about what does marriage constitute. Is it a legal marriage or not legal marriage? So some people, they say unmarried because they haven't have official wedding. I'm giving example, but they've been living together for 2 years. It depends on the law of your country. Is that considered as marriage? Some of the countries, they say if you lived for a certain period of time, husband, boyfriend and girlfriend, you are considered as a husband and wife. So no matter case, if you live with someone, you don't have the marriage certificate, you have to get the marriage certificate on that particular sense, and evidences you have to show. The marriage certificate is supposed to be government marriage certificate. They don't care about any other wedding or documentation you have. There are some people, they apply, they say they are single. After the results, they have won. Now they want to get married. Or they said they don't have children, and maybe in December last year or beginning of this year, they have a child. What are they going to feel? Will that act against them? No. If the child is born after the day you applied, if you got married after the day you applied, it doesn't act against you. The biggest problem is if you were in that status and you put incorrect information, that is the problem. So that you need to understand. And some people do not know, in the DVLOTTERY application, you just tick the level of education, just high school, just primary school, just bachelor degree, some university courses, master's degree or graduate, some graduate courses, doctoral, some doctoral courses. You put just, you highlight the level of education. But there is no any place in the DVLOTTERY application form where you are supposed to put the level, the work experience. You don't put that, or the name of the school you went. But when you win the DS260, the visa form, that is the most important form where you'll be putting. If you say you went to school for bachelor degree, you have to put exactly the name of the university, the dates you went there. But sometimes you might not know exactly the date, but remember the month. You don't remember exactly. So if you started in September, you say September 2005 to maybe May 2000, whatever. The date, you can put any date, there will be no problem. But the problem will be if you say you went to study from this year to this year, what is wrong? Complete date, month and year. But date can be different, but the month and year has to be exactly the same. Other information which are not important, where they're not required, when you apply for the DVLOTTERY, there is no information about your parents, where they were born, their date of birth, whatever. In the DS260, you have to fill those information. But if you don't remember when they are born, it's not the big deal, because they're not the one getting the visa. But in the DS260, on the work experience, don't rush. Put exactly what work experience you have. Put exactly what training you have. Everything. Because don't show up on the day of the interview with your resume, this is my work experience, while that work experience is not compatible, does not correspond to the work experience which you put in the DS260. That's why I usually tell people, don't rush to submit the DS260. The results are coming out today. Once the results are out, you find out you have won, don't start filling the form. You can go and check the form how it is, but don't fill the form and complete it today and submit today. You are not rushing anywhere, because you'll be upsetting later. I ask in case to unlock, why is it taking for 5 days? The question is, why are you rushing to fill the form and submit today if you know for sure you don't have all the information? Yes, I'll make a separate video for people to know about how to put work experience exactly on the DS260. So let me end up on this video here to explain to people that the DVLOTTERY application form, their information, they are very, very important. You are supposed to put the passport number. You don't put the passport number, you put whatever, your license, whatever, you are not allowed. They can deny you the visa. You don't get upset with that. But if mistakes of the name or spelling, those are the big deal. All those kind of smaller things can be able to be fixed in the DS260, and anything you can have the legal affidavit to show that if there is maybe use 2 names in the lottery application, but you have 3 names, you can have all those kind of things to be able to clarify into the legal affidavit from the lawyer. So thank you so much. All the best, everyone. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and be part of the EBM Scholars family.